It is working at a transport layer. Okay, so there are two protocols which are working at a transport layer. First is IPv4, and second is IPv6. Okay, so here in this fourth unit, you are having only IPv6 protocol, how it's working occur and how it is better as compared to IPv4 in every aspects like its address space and its functionalities, and what are the more functionalities we can add in this IPv6 while transferring the data from one host to another host. Okay, so what is the main function of this IPv6 protocol? Is nothing but the communication between one host to another host, which this protocol is working at a transport layer. So these are some of the characteristics I have mentioned over here. What is the address space? It is nothing but the 128-bit address space, and the feature of this IPv6 is it is giving the real time or quality of service, and also it provides the security and authentication. Now, what is mean by authentication? Like whenever we are transferring data from one host to another host, it provides the authentication. Like what the data must be sent by the uh, data must be sent by the authorized user, and it must be received by the authorized user. So that is authentication which is provided by using this IPv6. Therefore it is more secure as compared to IPv4. And next feature of this IPv6 is nothing but the auto configuration. That is, automatically it will get configured according to the system in which we are using this IPv6 protocol for transferring or communicating in between the hosts. Therefore, it is called as auto configuration. Automatically, it will get upgraded according to the configuration of a particular host or system. So that is given here, host auto configuring with the IP address and the domain name of that particular host. What is meant by IP address? Yes. What do you mean by IP address? It is nothing but the unique identification which is given to every host. And while transferring the data, as I said you, it is providing the authentication. So the destination host must check that whatever data is transferred from the source host, that that must come from the authorized IP address only. So therefore, it is given host auto configured with the IP address and the domain name of a particular system through which we are going to transfer the data or packet. Okay. So the next feature for this IPv6 is nothing but enhanced routing functionality. Like for example, mobile host means whenever any host, if you want to transfer a data from one host to another host, so whenever any host is moving or mobile hosts are there, like they are changing their places or the locations. So for that, for those mobile hosts also the data can be transferred by using IPv6. And next is multicast. Multicast means here multiple types of data, like it can transfer from one host to another host depending on the requirement of a application. Okay, so the data transfer is multicast. Like it may be transfer the data in for example, suppose it transferring the data in like all the files which are in XLS, or means variety of data it can be transferred at the same time. Like it may be a bitmap files, it may be any type of extension the files are having. So so it is supporting for that. Okay, and these protocols are also having the extensions and what the path for transmission of a data from one host to other host is more smooth as compared to IPv4 protocol. So these are just only the features of IPv6. These might you have studied. Some of these features you might be known in the CN subject. Okay. So and this is how the, as all of you know, the IPv6 is transferring the data in the form of packet. Okay. So I think we have seen the differences in between these two, IPv4 and IPv6. Once again, I will just show you so that you will come to know what is the main difference in between IPv4 and IPv6. 1 minute. In unit second, we have seen this. Protocols we have seen here. Yeah, I think it is here. See, these differences we have seen. So IPv4 is used for unique identification of a device over a network. The size of header is only 32 bit in case of IPv4. But in case of IPv4, the size of header is 128 as we have seen in that fourth unit slide. So that is the main difference. And next is it guarantees the that is IPv4 is connectionless and it guarantees the delivery of a packet. Okay, and IPv6 provides the number of addresses are the size of 2 raised to 128. So that is the main difference which we have seen already. So which are working, this protocol is working at which layer? Network layer. For the communication purpose, this protocol is working. Okay. So that is the just I want to revise the content which we have completed. So this is the packet format as data is transferred in the format of packet. So this is the structure of this packet format. So you can see here first 0 to 4 bits of that packet in the first upper layer represents the version of the IPv6 packet. Next 4 to 8 bits are representing traffic class. 8 next bits are, are representing the flow label and the second layer of this particular IPv6 packet represents the payload length and next header and the hop limit. I will tell you the meaning of all these in the next slide. And after that source address means the host from which we are going to send this packet. So the address of that source and destination address and if any options or variable number or anything is required while transferring the packet from source to destination, so that for that purpose uh, um, the one space is allocated, that is options. Okay, and last one is the data means whatever data or files you want to transfer from one host to another host, so that data will be there at the bottom of this IPv6 packet header format. Okay, so these are just only the different components or uh, format of the packet header whenever we are transferring the data from one host to another host. Okay, so by comparing these two packet format of IPv4 and IPv6, the IPv4 packet format is simpler as compared to IPv6 and uh, in case of IPv6, it, as we have seen, it provides the quality of service. So it is all the packets with the same flow label, and equally the packets will get transferred from one host to another host. And also one more thing is there, that is it limits the packets to 64 kb, means size of that packets must be limited, is limited, that is 64 kb. Okay. Now these are some of the key differences in between the header format of IPv4 and IPv6. So these are some of the things which are not present in IPv4 packet format, that is no checksum, no length variability header, and no fragmentation is possible. Fragmentation and reassembly of a header is not possible in case of IPv4, but which is possible in case of IPv6. But these are some of the positive points of IPv6, but there are some issues of IPv6. So these are some issues while transferring the packet of IPv6 from one host to another host. That is its address length, because address length, whenever the packets are transferred from one host to another host, the length of the packets are variable in the sizes in case of IPv6. So because of that, some packets are having the sizes are the sizes of some packets are more, and some packets are having the sizes or the data which is stored in that particular packet are very less. So sometimes that overhead problem may occur while transferring the data to the packets who are having the more size. Okay, and hope limit is given, that is 65K. I will tell you what is this hope limit and all, because all these are present in this header format. Okay, and maximum packet size, larger bandwidth calls for a larger packets. Okay, so if the size of that packet is maximum, like more, as I told you, the packet size are variable or unstable in case of IPv6, then the bandwidth required for that particular packets must be more. So that problem will occur, because for that the packets which are having more sizes as compared to the packets which are having less which require the less storage space. So those packets will require the more bandwidth or the internet connectivity while transferring. So that problem will occur here in case of IPv6. And this next point, that is checksum is necessary whenever the packets are transferring from source to destination. So it is not decided how many packets are received from which this source. So that record is not kept. That is one of the issue of this IPv6, that how many packets are come from this particular host. Okay, so that is requirement of this IPv6. Therefore, it is considered as a issue. And next issue is how do servers handle both types of packets. So by using IPv6, whenever we are transferring the packets from one host to another host through the IPv6 protocol, as I told you, there are variable like variety of formats in which packets data can be transferred to the packet. So there is one issue, like it is difficult to manage, like or differentiate in between those packets. Like suppose we are transferring the packet in which contains the data of all the pictures, or we can say the image files, and again we are transferring the packet which contains the data of doc files, or some packets may contain the data of multiple different extensions of a file, like which is called as heterogeneous packet. So while transferring that data, so that differentiation is cannot be made in case of that heterogeneous package in which consists of the multiple extensions or multiple um, different formats of a data. So that is one of the issues. Next is um, if you are using only the IPv6, then there is it is less secure, because whenever we are transferring the data from one source to another, one host to another host, there is no any authentic encryption or any other mechanism is provided. So for that purpose, you are having how to use. Next point is like how to use IPsec. IPsec means what? IP security over this IPv6. So The main function of this IPsec, that is the next point, how to use that IP security on the IPv6. That IPsec is working in two modes generally. One first mode is transfer mode and another mode is tunneling mode. Okay, so transfer mode, whenever we are applying IP security on IPv6 and our packet is transferring through the transfer mode, then the less security is provided. But whenever our packet is transferred through the tunneling mode, tunneling means what? Tunnel means what? Like whenever the data is moving from one source to another source, a destination, or one host to another host, so at that time a particular tunnel, like we can say encryption, is provided whenever the data is in the path of transferring. Okay, so therefore it is called as tunneling mode. So because of that IPv6, sorry, because of that IP security, the data which we are transferring will be in the secure manner. So because in the way of transferring the data, the third person or third any another unauthorized person cannot access that data. So therefore the tunneling is required. Okay, I will just show you how the tunneling occurs in IPv6. What is mean by tunneling? You just see this, then you will come to know while transferring the data how the tunneling occurs. I don't know, but if internet is good, then you can see how this IPv6 is working in tunneling mode. Sorry, by using IPv6 under the tunneling mode. You are, I think you cannot be able to listen, but you just see IPsec means IP security. You just see this video, you will come to know how the data is transferred from one host to another host. You will come to know how IP security can be, IPsec can be worked on IPv6. See, this is one network they have given. Okay. Now, how the data transfer will? Okay, you just see. IPsec is a suite of protocol that will allow the secure communication in between the two hosts or two computers. See, these are some of the hosts they have shown. Now you see how the packet transfer will occur here. See, suppose, yeah, while transferring the data, see here, if data is unsecure, then this is the unauthorized user. He has accessed that data. Okay. If data is unsecure, you can see, I will go back. See. This is the third person who is accessing the data if data is unsecure while transferring from one host to another host. And while transferring data through internet, now see how it is. These are the unauthorized hosts. These are the four. What they will do? If data is unsecure, then these unauthorized persons will hack the data and do some changes and then they will forward. You can see here. Now they are forwarding the data to the actual destination. If security is provided from sent host to destination, then there is no any third person who can access that data, and it is provided by using encryption and decryption. That is only it is given. See, so that is called as IP security over IPv6. and the host destination will decrypt the data when the host is transferring the data by using a particular key. That is I yes. So how it works now you can see the video. Suppose this is the one Excel file and this is one of the hosts. It provides the just IP security like key mechanism while transferring the data so that any person cannot access the there are some policies of IPv6 there it is not for you. Okay, so I just wanted to show you how the IP security will work on IPv6 while transferring the data. If you are seeing such a videos, then it will be easy for you to learn the concepts, I think, instead of learning theoretically. Okay, so this is all about IPv6 and how IP security can be provided. So tomorrow we will see what is IP security in detail, how IP security will get provided while transferring the data from one host to another host, and header format meaning. What are the components we have seen in the header format of IPv6? So that component also I will tell you one by one. I think you will come directly now. Our two lectures are online. For TYA also two lectures are online and for TYB also I think two lectures are online. And one lecture is offline I think. So even if it is online, ma'am will take because now your college will be here physically. You have to come and you have to attend the lectures. I think per day 50% student strength they have given so that they have to attend SY Monday, Wednesday and Friday something, and for TY the alternate days. Okay, okay then we will see remaining points.